Joining me. It is our day 3 of the daily health checklist check in. Say that 3 times. I'm going to say that every day. Am I sharing my screen? Can you guys see? Let me just do a quick check here and make sure it's live so that I know if you can hear me and all is good. Yes, I'm seeing it say live. I see the checklist up there. This is perfect. So, I wanted to check in with you today. We're on day 3 in case you're new. My name is JJ, also known as Veganology JJ. I am the author of this book, How I Went From Sad to Glad, my simple 4-step blueprint to transform your health, weight, and mindset to finally reach your goals with joy and ease. And the cool thing is, back in 2019, I actually came from eating the regular standard diet that probably many of you grew up eating. And I was overweight. I was struggling with really bad chronic back pain, allergies, colds, all kinds of things. And I saw a video called Raw on YouTube. I came across it. I only watched about a little bit of it, and I saw these people that were healing from eating fresh, whole fruits, raw fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, like uncooked um, food. So it's got me kind of going down the path of thinking, well, I've been trying to lose weight. Let me try this 3-day experiment. So then I started eating these big salads every evening. And within 30 days, the 18 years of chronic back pain disappeared. That's when I knew I had found a miracle. I had found something that we're not told, something that very few people know about, and that is the power of your body to actually heal itself, even if in some cases you were told it can't. So when I discovered this, I kept going, obviously, because I didn't want the back pain to ever return. And then within 6 months, I had lost 55 pounds, and I've kept that off within a few pounds of fluctuation here and there. And I also ended my lifelong, but since a child, seasonal allergies. So it has really become my mission to not only tell people about the power of allowing your body to heal itself, but also finding a simplified way to do that. And then in the process of that, the reason I became vegan knowledge is because I learned that plant-based food doesn't have to just mean raw food. That just happens to be the one that can increase your healing benefits the fastest, but you can also eat many different things that are not meat and dairy, and that they happen to be the cause of a lot of problems, and they cause a lot of problems for our beautiful animal friends. I don't see the difference between animals and of any animal, whether it's a cat, a dog, or a cow. So that became another passion of mine. But for this health check in, I want to focus on the food, and I want to focus on really understanding what's the easiest way to bring someone from where I was to, being able to really feel better, lose weight, and feel like themselves again. So many people have so many amazing benefits with this. And I find that when I say it to people, they kind of look at me like, I could never do that. But I just think it's because we overcomplicate things that we don't understand. And that's why I wanted to talk about simplifying things today. Um, just taking your Hey, Carl, thank you so much for joining me. My friend Carl there. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you. Um, I it's good to be live again because I haven't gone live in a while. I've been really focused on making a lot of videos, and it's been like a lot of recorded videos. So I'm excited to be here live with you all again. And before I quickly forget, or before I forget, real quick, I wanted to tell you that speaking of simplifying things, before I get back into that, I wanted to tell you I put down a 3-day meal plan. Of course, I follow this meal plan every day. You can follow it every day too. But what I set out to do was give people that might think of this as complicated, like, when I start thinking about, like, I have to get healthy, or I have to start doing this, I have to start doing this, I think of 100 million things to stop myself from doing it. So, oh, it's just going to be too complicated. I've got to buy all this different kind of food. I'm used to doing things one way. I could never give up this, give up that. So I found that helping people with a simplified way to get started on their plant-based journey. Like, I find when we go into, kindergarten, for example, when we're kids, they teach us very basic things. Like they teach us, letters before we learn to form words. And then we learn words before we learn to form sentences. And we learn what things are. And that's how we develop our skills to actually learn a language. So when it comes to getting healthy, what are these things that we can do for people to make it simple? For me, I didn't know how to make any plant based meals. And I mean, you may go on to be an amazing plant based chef making, burgers out of beans or whatever it is you want to do. But for me, the easiest thing to do and the quickest way to healing for me was simplifying it. Fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. And for me, it was these big, huge salads. So what I did was I just basically wrote down everything, including a grocery list that I eat every evening. And I even gave modifications. If you don't want to eat completely like only raw food, I do have some options there where you can add different kinds of beans or lentils on top of it. And you can also do quinoa, which is kind of like it mirrors a grain like rice. We've been doing these really cool taco type salads. Carl, do you like tacos? I don't know. If you do, you may like it. It says women over 40 on here, but obviously this can work for anyone. But I'm doing a new series for women over 40 on my YouTube right now. And because I was 42 when I discovered all this, and as I've gotten deeper into this health journey, so anyway, you can go to gladblueprint.com. Before I forget, click on JJ's Jumpstart to Health, and it's free for anyone to get the 3-day reset meal plan. You can get the grocery list comes with it. It has on there breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And for me, like I said, these salads, they sound like, oh, I can't just eat a salad for dinner. But once you see the kind of salads I'm making, I have all your basics on there, like lettuce and cucumber and all the good vegetables. But then we have avocado, which actually makes it filling. You can also add like different kinds of nuts, like walnuts to it. I mean, these salads are going to really fill you up. And what I always tell people if they're new to this, go ahead and eat your regular dinner afterwards. But I'm pretty certain that you're going to be full after you try one of these salads. And that's going to help you to get your head around it where you can do this. This isn't something that is like from here, point A to point B. It's really simple. You just have to add some things to your life. And then as I've gotten older into my late 40s, I've realized that as women, especially, we deal with a lot of hormonal shifts, a lot of things mentally. And I've found that adding these other things, not just diet, to my life have really transformed me in so many ways. So that's where I came up with the daily health checklist. And again, if you are, someone who's just trying to figure out what can I do to get healthier, it might seem like too big of a thing like to you right now. I know I need to get healthy. What can I do? Well, just adding these 6 things to your day. And really, like I was talking about yesterday, I mean, by like, 11 a.m., you could already have drank your 16 ounces of water, which is hydration. You could have had your nice couple of oranges or clementines or whatever you like for your citrus fruit and a little bit of kale with it. And that just helps you absorb the iron better with the citrus and and it really adds a nice buffer of fiber there, especially if you're someone coming into this with insulin resistance. And, sunlight, that's a big one. It actually has over 4,000 D vitamins. We always think about D3, but that's why sunlight really has a chemical reaction that can lift your mood. And it does so many other things for you. All of this is going to help you with your energy levels, and they build on each other because as you get your sunlight, you stay hydrated and you start eating the fruit and getting those water rich fruits in you, getting that iron and the vitamin C, you're going to then start being able to move. Like you don't have to even do all 6 of these all at once, but it would be awesome if you could, but you can do them one at a time. Like maybe you start Monday, or today is what? Yeah, Monday. Today you just get that 16 ounces of hydration and replace one of your drinks, right? There's a video I did. I'm going to link it here in the comments because it talks about each of these. Each of these, and it explains why each of them can really help you. But movement can be very gentle movement, taking a walk, getting on a little exercise bike that you have, doing some leg lifts, wherever you are, just do some type of movement. There's something in our body called lymphatic fluid, and it only moves when we move. And it actually is built to eliminate toxins and reduce, if you're feeling inflammation, start very small, because that's like my big thing. I think we always think about, oh, I need to do 2-hour workouts. You may end up building up to that. Whenever I talk about movement, I always suggest my friend Angela from Boomer and Beyond Wellness. She has an awesome channel on YouTube, and she helps people that have chronic health conditions that can't move around like they could once before, or she also does just beginner workouts and stuff like that. So if you're not sure how you're going to get moving, that's a good channel to check out, especially if you are over 40 and you're starting to feeling some aches and pains, and things like that. So, and then laughter. I said this video was coming out last night, but I really mean it's coming out tonight. I didn't get to it. Right after, I forget. Oh, we ended up going to the beach yesterday. Actually, the sun came out and it was the last day of the weekend that we both had off. So we went to the beach for an hour, and then I didn't get my editing done. We came home and ate. So it's important to get that sunlight in, right? But the laughter actually is more like, even if you're not busting out laughing, at one of my jokes that I might tell on Facebook or on YouTube. Just kidding. But even if you're not like cracking up laughing totally, you can just find a way to smile, to relax, to have that connection. Maybe you go to a page that it has humorous or motivational things. Maybe you talk to a friend or a colleague that you enjoy talking with. Maybe if you want to, you can join any of my programs. We have calls on Wednesdays. I do the call for the Women Over 40 Club on Wednesday, and I also do my Amazing Transformers VIP Club call on Wednesday. These are all on Patreon. You can join. This is the Women Over 40 Club. This is the VIP Club. And then there's just a little, fruit fun type thing. You can also go to Glad Blueprint if you want a copy of my book. But here's the cool thing. I'm actually doing a free audiobook with my meal plan. So Carl, I know, had read my book, and I thank you so much for that, Carl. Oh yeah, it's just like the reason I call it the taco salad, because you can put like certain seasonings on it that make it taste like tacos. I think sometimes I like to you can get bored with eating salads, right? Like I pretty much just switch up the kind of salads I'm eating. Like sometimes I'll put like a mustard dressing, and I'll put like the sauerkraut, olives, and mustard. That kind of has a certain taste. Or you could use you can make your own, or you can get like a plant ranch type dressing, and in different ways. Like I just have different combos in there so that, and if you're transitioning and you still are eating, like you can actually start putting different combinations together and try a couple of these. I leave a couple in there. Some people just like a very fresh, like a lemon vinaigrette, something like that. But whatever you can do to make it, taste good and to make it filling, that's what my goal is, because you're not going to continue something where you still feel hungry, right? And people look at salads as those little things they get in a restaurant with a piece of cucumber and a piece of lettuce in it. So the awesome thing is, I was going back to talking about the laughter. The video that I'm putting out is on oxytocin. I don't think I ever finished that sentence, and how it relates to lowering cortisol and how it helps us really, it can help us not hold on to weight if we're looking at belly fat. It can do so many things. And I didn't realize just feeling connected and feeling happy and relaxed can make us actually feel so much better, not just mentally, but physically. It actually has physical chemical reactions. And I'm excited to learn more about that this year, as I kind of delve into the psychology of nutrition. So, um, that's why I added laughter in, because I think that's important. We can get caught up in our day to day life and we forget to just take a minute. For me, I love doing this, I love working. So it's hard to kind of slow down, but I do have to like learn to make myself do that, because this feels like a passion to me. It doesn't feel like working. But in a sense, if I'm not at work and I'm doing this, I'm not, definitely relaxing, but it's relaxing to me. So some people, depends what it is that you feel like is relaxing you. For me, it's making content. But for some people, they might think that, oh, that's not something you're getting relaxation on. But yeah, let me know if you try the salads and you like them, Carl. I'm always sharing salads and fruit pictures. Um, and then let me go back over here. Did I miss anything? I think I covered them all, but that's basically all. And you have like a little checklist of things that you can do. Start trying to add each of these to your day, and you'll start to really feel better, even if you're not changing your entire life. We need to add things to our life before we can give up other things, is the way I look at it. And simplification is the only way to do that, is start with the very basics. And I think everybody has had a salad before, so it's not something like, oh, I have to do this new big plant-based diet, I have to get all these recipes together. I even give you the grocery list in there, so it's very easy. And I'm doing 7 days of daily check-ins, because I really want to, have people eventually commenting and letting me know, are you getting any of these in? Are you feeling better? I mean, I might continue them for 30 days, but for right now, I'm just using my lunch breaks at work to do it. So, and on the weekend, it was fun because I could stay on a little bit longer, and I get to see my friends here. Carl, I feel like I haven't been live in a while. And I actually, sometimes if I'm going live, I don't catch you because I know we're probably on different time zones. So thank you for being here. I appreciate it. And I think Carrie left me a comment the other day. If she sees the replay of this, I saw you say you're eating more raw foods, and someone else said I made it easy. So I'm like, those kind of things keep me going. So thank you for your comments and for your encouragement. And I'm so proud of all of you, because if you're here and you're listening to this, it means that it's sparking some interest, that you might want to learn how these amazing, fresh, whole, plant-based foods can really change your life too. And I think you'll really enjoy it, and it's kind of fun. Let make it like a game, like a little adventure. Like, can I get all these in? That's what my idea was. I did the little I'm gonna do like a little workbook type thing where you can put points with each one, because I like to play games. I feel like we're all like kind of big kids, right? At least I am, and I think we can all like a little game. We're gonna start doing game night, I say, but we do it during the day on my VIP clubs, and maybe I'll make it at night, but usually it's like around 2 p.m. on Wednesdays we meet. So I'm thinking about doing once a month, we do like a game, so that it'll be fun. And of course, on the Facebook pages, if you follow, we do the Tuesday trivia. We do I try to do a motivational Monday, and keep it fun, because being around like minded people is so important, and having like a basis to go off of. You can always take things and run with them, but when you first start out, having something simple, like for me, I'm like, I'm trying to help people go plant based. Why not give them the exact blueprint I used? And of course, goals, learning, action, and discipline were how I moved through it. But like now, these practical tools, exactly what did I do? What did I eat? And that's where I think that's what people are looking for. After they understand the whole concept of it, it's like, okay, now I need something tangible. Like, what fruits do I eat? And that's why I put the meal plan together. It gives you a whole list of choices for fruits, talks about snacks in there, it talks about desserts and the big salads, and it gives even options for those who want to be fully raw, or for those, that want to be high raw, as we call it, which means you eat a majority of fresh raw foods, which ends up by mistake what I do. Um, but it's like, we don't have to even put a label on it. We're just being healthy, and we're eating fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds that were, built for our digestion. So we don't want to overcomplicate it. I think we overcomplicate too many things in life, right? So that's why today's is called Simplify Your Health. Everything I've ever done that I've got good at, I was like, I was making it so hard in the beginning, right? Um, so am I still moving around? Yeah, you can see my mouth moving. I was like, I'm looking at this checklist on my here. I can't seem to, like, when I come back over here, I can only see myself on the other screen, not the checklist. So, oh, awesome. Thank you, Carl. He's downloading the checklist. That's awesome. And I have it sized. Thank you for reminding me, Carl. You should be my like co-host here, my comment co-host. The reason was I made it wallpaper size for those who want to even put it on their phone, because you ever feel like when you keep something in front of you, it's right there. And I know Cheryl just told me she downloaded it too from our Transformers Club, because she really is doing a great job of having her salads, and she's telling me each day that she's getting her sunlight, fruit, and that's what I want. Because sometimes if we all share accountability and we tell each other, we'll make sure we get them in. I know it's helped me, because I'm really good with the salad and I'm really good with the fruit just because I get hungry and that's all I have here, right? But when it comes to getting outside, making sure I'm getting my sunlight, getting on my elliptical, making sure I'm doing that, because I know how important it is for me, especially as, someone who's getting in their, late 40s. I want to be able to move around, and if we don't, what they say, use it or lose it. So I definitely need help with those things. So that's kept me more accountable to get outside, relax, get in nature, and get me on the elliptical. And the laughter, well, that one I don't need a lot of help with, right? So thank you, Carl. I'm so happy that I got to come on here. I do have to like wrap up and go back to work. I'll try to plan a little better tomorrow. I'll be on around this same time if it works for everybody, and I can kind of get my calls done, and then I can come on here, and then I'll go back and do some more work. But I wanted to thank you, Carl. I really appreciate you coming to these and keeping me company. And anybody who's watching the replay, I want you to know also, and you, Carl, everyone, I'm so proud of you. And I know that you already have everything inside you to succeed and reach those goals, whether it be to, reach your optimal weight, get healthy. Everything is possible. You just have to make one little action, and that might be downloading the checklist today. It might be downloading it. You don't even have to start it, but downloading it is even a step in the right direction and everything. Thank you, Carl. I'll see you tomorrow. Keep moving towards those goals and keep things simple. Again, I'm JJ, or Vegan Knowledge JJ. I love you all. I will see you for day number 4 of our daily check ins tomorrow. Thank you.